last year, I mean, I'll tell you what I made last year.
Okay.
It was 28 million. School. By the way, when I graduated high school, I had 1 million subscribers. I think the most expensive video we've ever done, a little over 100 grand.
Shit, get out, dude. Get out of this interview.
Like the second I lose the happiness and I lose the passion, I think is the second I just stop. But I'm only gonna buy that car if I hit all of my goals for this year.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Don't Be Sour Show, episode 3. Here with a very special guest, Mr. Nathan, otherwise known as Unspeakable on the internet.
Yes, sir.
And you're my first guest that I truly do not know much about.
Really?
Yeah, well, I'll dive into kind of the interactions we've had, but most people that I have on here, and obviously I'm going to interview a lot of my friends. I know a lot about their backstory. Mm-hmm. You, very interesting specimen, because I'm gonna learn a lot in this, and I think people are going to have their eyes open to kind of, I don't want to call it the other side of YouTube, but just a different area of YouTube that I think, especially the people that follow me, probably don't know much about, but
definitely
the world knows a lot about you.
Yeah.
And so why don't, something I like to do is kind of you kind of introduce who you are as if you were like in an Uber and someone was like, what do you do? Who are you? What do you do?
I mean, usually when I'm in an Uber, I just say I'm into real estate.
Really?
Because when people say or when I say oh, I'm a YouTuber, then they ask a million questions.
Do you make any money from that?
Yeah. Do you make any money from that?
How many subscribers do you have?
Yeah. All this.
Real estate.
Yeah. But yeah. So for those of you guys watching that don't know me, I'm Nathan, or my YouTube channel is Unspeakable. I've been doing YouTube for 10 years. I've grown a pretty huge audience. I think across all the channels, we almost have 30 million subscribers.
Same.
Last year we did 3.5 billion views across all the channels, which is really exciting. We're seeing a lot of growth every single year, which is awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much a spiel from me. I started YouTube when I was in middle school.
So how old are you?
I'm 24 right now.
So you're actually younger than I thought you were. I thought you were kind of closer to my age. I'm 32.
Yeah.
By the way, you know how when people, the older they get, they're like, oh, my knees hurt, my back hurts. Like you hear that as people get older. It's true.
Oh, I believe it.
It's true. It's
Dude, my hands hurt. My back's been hurting. I spend all day on computers. So
every symptom that I have, I think I'm dying. Yeah. I'm starting to. I don't know if it's because of the water consumption that I take throughout the day. Do you wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom?
No.
Ever?
No.
Never.
No, I drink like I cut off water an hour before I go to bed.
Oh, see, I've tried 2 hours before I go to bed, and I still wake up.
You still wake.
1 to 2 times to go to pee, and then I look it up, and apparently that's the number one symptom for diabetes. And I'm like, do I have diabetes? I don't think so. I think I'm just really hydrated, and I need to pee. I don't know. I'm just telling you, the older you get, you're gonna start.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that advice.
By the time you get 32, if you pee in the middle of the night, diabetes.
I'll call you when that happens.
And so normally we start the show, we do a little icebreaker, we take a shot of tequila and stuff. But I figured we'll sit this one out this episode because it's about 9:45 in the morning.
Yeah,
and apparently
on a Sunday.
It's frowned upon unless you're maybe in Cabo or something. So we'll show up. This will be the first one. We're going to go a little different on this one.
Okay.
But so you said across all of your channels, because so the main channel that you have is Unspeakable.
Yes.
And I want to give the people a little stats. You did a little bit, but I just want to give on kind of some stuff that I looked up on the Social Blade.
Okay.
Just your main channel, 658 uploads. Mm-hmm. And that's across 10 years?
Yeah. Well, so the Unspeakable channel was started, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay. So that's your newer channel.
Yeah, that's a newer channel, yeah.
Okay. His newer channel only sitting at a pretty 13.7 million subscribers. Yeah. And this is something that's really cool. This stat right here. You are the 200 and this is just this channel, by the way, 253rd largest YouTuber.
In the world?
On the platform.
Oh, I did not know that.
So you are in the top 254 largest YouTubers ever. And what's crazy about that is until I met you through our mutual friend Joe, I've been on the platform for 10 years, a decade, right? I started it back in 2013, and I have never heard of your channel. Really? And I like to think that I'm into the internet, into the YouTubes, but I live in this fitness bubble. and I had never heard of you. And I was like, how did this man fly under the radar? Like I've heard of, PewDiePie. I don't really consume the content, but I'm like, I've heard of the name. I hear the David Dobrik's and stuff. But your YouTube channel like snuck by me. And I think there's a lot of people from my audience that probably have not heard of your channel, and it's wild because you're huge.
Yeah, probably not. I think it's also because it's tailored like more towards kids.
Right.
Like your audience is definitely older.
Quite
especially like from this podcast and everything. So that's probably why.
And okay, so take us back before we kind of dive into like the content that you make. How did you start? So you started 10 years ago, but it wasn't this channel that has 14 million subs. It's your other channel, which how many subscribers does it have? And then kind of tell me the story of how you started that one and your origin.
Yeah, definitely. So I started with the channel called Unspeakable Gaming. Actually, before that, I had another channel, but I deleted it because I made a bunch of videos and I was like, man, all these videos suck. So I deleted it.
Fun fact,
got rid of it.
I actually started a YouTube channel before my current one. I uploaded like 3 videos, hated it, deleted it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this isn't for me. So did you delete it and then just decide I'm going to start fresh, or did you like, I'm going to shelf this idea and then you came back to YouTube?
No, I just kind of deleted them and just started fresh. And I was like, I'm going to make better videos. But then when I started that channel again, the videos still sucked, So I was like, man, no matter what. So there were Minecraft videos. That's what I started with. But I was like, no matter what videos I make, like they're gonna suck. When you start anything, like it's gonna suck, and then you just got to build from there. So when I started the Unspeakable Gaming channel, that was about, I want to say probably 10 and a half years ago. And I started off with a very specific niche and content. I wasn't trying to impress or show everyone on the platform who I was. I was just trying to show the people that played Minecraft who I was. And that's what I started with. I started with gaming with Minecraft.
And you were a kid. You were 14, 15 years old.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I started with that. And then I built off that by making content in the game. Well, first off, Minecraft is a game where like anything you think of can happen.
I've never played it.
But you can't do that in like Call of Duty or some of the other games. So that's why when I saw this game, I was like, wow, I can get really creative with this game, and I can make content. I can make anything I think of, I can make it in the game. So I loved it, attached my brain to that, and just kind of built off that. I tried to make a ton of videos that no one else made. That was kind of my goal. I was like, I want to be different. I want to stand out. I want to make content that's different. And then year after year after year after year, it just grew. First year, of course, I started off at 0 subscribers like everyone else.
Right.
I remember like there would be months where I would gain not a single sub. And I was just thinking to myself, like, man, is this ever going to work?
But you were in the infancy of YouTube back then. I mean, YouTube, it goes beyond 10 years, but I like to think that if you started a channel around when I did a decade ago, you were in the infancy of kind of being a YouTuber, I guess you will, because it's still kind of strange to be a YouTuber now, but back then it was even stranger, I would say.
It was very weird
to be like, I make YouTube videos, because it was a new platform. It was like, imagine it was just the new social media platform for video, and it wasn't, people weren't used to it, and it wasn't kind of widely accepted. And when you were making Minecraft videos, was it just commentary? Were you showing your face?
Yeah, I didn't really show my face in the beginning because I was like, the internet's weird,
Yeah.
But as YouTube evolved, and a lot of people did that when I was starting on the platform, no one really showed their face. And then as the platform evolved, it's like, you have to show your face.
Who was the first Minecrafter to be like, I also have a face, not just a voice?
The one that I remember was probably Captain Sparkles.
I have no idea.
He's still a pretty big YouTuber to this day, but I remember I looked up to him because he just made awesome Minecraft videos. And I looked up to him and he started showing his face. And I was like, man, I should do that because it's going to connect with my audience a little more. But back when YouTube was beginning, like no one did that. It was just weird.
Right.
Like you're saying, like YouTube was just weird. Like you're making videos, you're talking to a camera. It's just weird.
You think it's weird making Minecraft videos. Imagine in my time, I was shirtless flexing in my bedroom, showing my biceps.
That's weird.
To show the process of how my biceps have grown. Do you know how much fun I got made of when I went to parties? Like,
that's definitely weird.
Hey, Max, you filming yourself doing curls in the gym again, you loser.
Well, that was the same with me. People were like,
you're a 15-year-old making
I know,
video
but
games.
but people would make fun of me all the time. They'd be like, "Oh, are you making Minecraft videos?" Like,
Yeah, because when you started, you know, and I want to dive more into the business side of things later in this show. But
definitely.
when you started, you didn't start it with the idea to create a living from it or like make money from it. It was just like, I want to make YouTube videos. I like playing Minecraft. I'm going to make this.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is when I discovered the platform of YouTube, I loved it so much. I loved social media as a kid. And when I found YouTube, I just thought it was so cool that anyone can make a piece of content, make a video like we're making right now, and publish it to the world for people to share, to see, to view, to comment on. I just loved that. And when I was young, I was a really, really like creative kid. I always would build stuff and make stuff, and I wanted to share it with people. And I think that's kind of what led me into like the YouTube journey. I just love creating, and you know, that's what YouTube's all about.
And so with Minecraft, how would someone start making a name for themselves in Minecraft? Because as far as I know, and I don't know much about the game besides you whack wood and little pigs and stuff, you know, you build things, but I don't know if there's like, can you be good at the game, or is it just the creative aspect of who can build the craziest stuff? And then you started maybe creating like humorous things of building a ship on top of a mountain. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what Minecraft is. Minecraft is a really creative game, and I think you have to be really creative in the game to grow.
Can you win, or is
YouTube.
it's just building stuff?
It's like a sandbox game, so you can do anything. You can win at games, yeah, but I think Minecraft is very different from a game like Call of Duty. Like if you look at everyone that's really popular that makes Call of Duty streams or videos or whatever, they're most likely really, really good at the game.
Yeah.
Like the Optic Gaming guys, Nade Shot, like some of those guys, they're really, really good at the game. People that are really good at Minecraft, people don't care about them too much because they want to see more of the creative side, because that's kind of what the game is about, you know? And that's why I didn't pick a different game, like, because at the time I loved Call of Duty, but I was like, I should not make videos on Call of Duty because I suck at Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But I can be really creative in Minecraft.
I need that realization of, I try to play and stream like Fortnite, for example, and I'm so ass at the game. It's because the skill level,
dude,
the skill gap.
I hate Fortnite.
You either get first place or you're trash. That's what everyone views it as. And I tried to be a funny personality, but I can't also entertain while trying to be good, or else I'm going to be even worse if I try to talk with the chat 24/7. Yeah. So I can't even wrap my head around that. Okay, so anyway, you started with Minecraft and then you just kept going and going. Did it start taking off for you?
Yeah. So I mean, over time, like, it started taking off. Like I remember my first paycheck was like $156.
Well, because once you hit the $100 threshold, that's when you finally could get paid.
Yeah. Yeah. And so when I got that paycheck, I was like, wow,
Mom,
I was like, this is real. Like this could be my future. So I dedicated like everything to YouTube. I would come home from school, because this was, I started YouTube when I was in high school.
Right.
And I'd come home from school. By the way, when I graduated high school, I had 1 million subscribers.
I'm so, that's like, all of your stats blow my mind. And I don't know if it's just, not to deviate really into kind of my channel, but it's wild that I've been making videos for the same amount of time as you. Okay.
Yeah.
And I have not broken over 400,000, and it's just a different genre.
I can help you with that.
Yeah, but I don't. It's just wild. I mean, it's wild that like in the first year you had so much success, and in my first year I was like, I'm finally averaging 20,000 viewers. I'm like, or like 15,000 viewers. It was wild, but it's different genres. I think that the ability to scale into a larger viewership into a game like Minecraft is like sky's the limit.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, so when I started growing, when I started doing content that was different, I started growing really fast. So I don't remember exactly what the years were, but I know from when I started YouTube in 8th grade, like in end of middle school is kind of when I started it.
Right.
And then all the way through high school, which was, 5-ish years, or 4.5 years. That's how long it took me to get 1 million subs. But all of my growth was at the end. So like the last year of high school, I went from like 300,000 subs to like 1 million.
What did you do? Like, what do you think the catalyst was, or was it just
I think I just started, I mean, it was just a compounding effect.
So it wasn't like your videos you were putting more effort into them.
No, I definitely was, but I think it was a compounding effect of everything that I learned in the past 4 years. You know, every video I post, I would analyze it. Mm-hmm. Why didn't it do good? Why didn't people click? Was it the thumbnail? Was it the title? Was it the intro? What, you know? So every video I would analyze that. And I was like, how can I make the next video better than the last? And, you know, when you do something like that for 4 years straight,
right, eventually
it's going to compound and the growth is just going to be insane. And that's kind of what I've experienced with all my channels. So, but it was really hard to grow. Like no joke. I mean, I would make videos for an entire month and see nothing. I would actually lose subscribers.
Yeah.
You know, for months on months on months.
I experience that now.
Yeah. So like, but I think what kept me driving through that is, well, one, I saw other people on the platform that were successful, and I was like, if they can do it, I can do it. You know, I also had a very, very strong passion for YouTube and being creative with content. I just loved it. And I told myself, I was like, even if this doesn't work out, and I actually wanted to be a airline pilot. That's what I wanted to do before YouTube. Yeah. But I was like, even if this doesn't work out, I'm still going to make YouTube videos. Like if I have to go the other route,
it's just a passion,
you know? Yeah. It was just passion. I loved it so much that I would do it for free.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's kind of what made me get to the level of where I am today. I think that's helped a lot.
Absolutely. And so you're still to this day uploading Minecraft content, correct?
Yes.
So you have multiple YouTube channels.
Yes.
And so I guess your two main ones would be your gaming one, which is your original, and then the Unspeakable Plays.
Yeah. My two biggest channels is the Unspeakable channel, the vlog channel. That one does about 170 million views every month. And then the other big channel is Unspeakable Plays. That one does about 50 to 60 million views every month.
So your vlog channel that you created, and when did you start the vlog channel?
The vlog channel, I think I started like 5 or 6 years ago.
And to be honest, I've looked through a good amount of them when I knew you were going to come on the show. And I guess you called a vlog channel, but I wouldn't really consider them vlogs so much because it's not really more of like a documentation of your life. It's more of individual videos with a theme.
Yeah, they have a theme, they have a purpose, they have a challenge attached to them.
Why did you start a second channel? Because was the Minecraft videos just kind of like, I know the formula to this, I play the game, I upload, I do some wacky stuff in it.
So with Minecraft, I think I kind of like reached the top of the market.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm not at the top anymore. But at the time when I started the vlog channel, I was at the top of the Minecraft market. I was like the second or third most viewed Minecrafter like in the world. And I was like, well, there's not much more I can go up because Minecraft is only so big. There's only so many people that play the game, know about the game, and watch the game on YouTube. So I was like, how can I push through this? And I was like, well, like, can't get more people to play Minecraft. Like that's going to be their decision. That's Minecraft's job to grow the game, you know? So I was like, well, what if I started vlogs about my life? Because there's really no cap to that in viewership. Right. You know, it's like, I feel like I'm making mini movies. And I think there's no cap. You know, I can get 100 million or 500 million views every month. But with Minecraft, there is a cap because there's only so many people that know about it.
Right.
So that's what kind of deterred me to start the vlog channel. And when I started with daily vlogs, kind of like what you do.
Which you actually did daily.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do daily. I did like every 2 days.
Okay.
I think. But I vlogged my day. And it would be about cars. It would be about my life. It would be about
what year is
me
this?
Going to get food. This was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
So
5 years ago from whatever the date is now.
Yeah.
That's the year.
I'm terrible at math.
No, that's good.
But yeah, so started with daily vlogging.
Okay.
And I quickly realized that I don't think anyone cares about my life.
And that's what's interesting about YouTube is you think that, and then people are infatuated.
But it's kind of true. I don't think anyone cares about my life. No one cared about me, you know, grabbing a sandwich from Starbucks in the morning. People wanted to see more than that. So I was like, how can I give them more? Well, I start making like these mini kind of movies. each video, instead of a vlog about my day, it has a challenge, it has a purpose, it has a climax. It's like a mini movie, you know?
And when you say challenge, it's not like I'm challenging myself. There's literally a challenge in the video.
Yeah.
Like a challenge to accomplish.
Yeah. Like, you know, we filled my house with ball pit balls. You know?
It's wild. And so okay. And so as you expanded the second channel, how did that pull away from your first one, or you just split your time up?
No, it actually, like, everything grew insanely fast because my first channel was already so big. And then when I launched my second channel, people, I think, were really, really excited to see me not playing Minecraft.
Right.
And also I drew in a lot of older viewers because Minecraft, you know, like, you know, 18-year-olds don't really watch Minecraft.
Right.
But an 18-year-old will watch other stuff like real life kind of vlogs. So the channel exploded. It still took time to grow to what it is today, but it definitely exploded way faster than the first one.
Right.
But it took me a long time to realize that, like, no one cares about my day.
It's not necessarily. So I like to make a point on this is a lot of people come up to and want to start like a vlog channel and maybe look at mine, which is, you know, is successful in its own respectful area on YouTube platform, right? In my kind of fitness community. And a lot of people are like, well, you know, I want to start a vlog, but like no one cares about what, you know, me going to get whatever. And the point I try to make to people is that it's not necessarily the act of what you're doing. It's the fact that you're doing it. It's because people care about you and your personality and your experience in itself. So it's not that, you know, people want to see someone, I don't know, put a shelf together while eating their lunch. Maybe you do that in a video. It's because you're doing it. And the way that you do it and the creativity that you can put on it, it's you take these mundane tasks and, you know, turn them into something exciting. But then I guess you stepped it up, you know, a level, and instead of just doing these mundane tasks, you kind of go above and beyond because now your content has expanded into crazy stuff. Yeah. Like actual crazy stuff. Yeah. The most recent one that you uploaded was running from the cops for 50 hours, right? Yeah. And you had actual policemen and cars. Yep. And I saw in one of the videos you like pierced a tire with a knife. That was real? Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a whole conversation itself on how did you set all this up, but
it took about 2 months to
really. Oh yeah. So that's what what is your schedule like? Because you upload how often on your on this vlog channel, this challenge channel, we'll call it, because that's really when I want to dive into kind of forward now is this challenge channel, we'll call it.
I mean that's like the bread and butter, right? You know.
How often do you upload?
I upload. So we used to upload a lot more. We used to do 2-3 videos a week. And that was like last year. And then we scaled down to 2 videos a week. And then we scaled down to 1 video a week. And the reason we scaled back is because I slowly realized that I would rather upload 1 video that gets 10 million views than 3 videos that get 3 million views.
Would you rather have collective more views of more uploads or higher views per individual uploads?
I think because I would rather have higher views per upload because for multiple reasons. I think one, it gives a lot more value to the audience because if you upload a video that gets 10 million views, you obviously did something really good. And I think people respect that more and they respect that idea and that concept of that video that you made versus uploading 3 videos that got 3 million views.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. But also brands. Yeah. You know, the opportunity that you get working with brands. If brands see your channel and they're like, okay, this guy's getting 3 million views per video, that's not bad. But if they see it and they're like, oh, it's getting 10 million views per video.
Right. Because they're not really looking at like, you know, hey, he only uploads once a week. But you're
they don't care about that.
I mean, to be honest, man, like getting even 3 million views a video, but now you're getting 10 million. I think the lowest video that I saw without scrolling too far back, I think one that you probably would consider a dud. The lowest view video that I've seen was like 1.7 million.
Yeah, that's like a dud.
Were you like, I hate that's a 10 out of 10.
I almost delete those videos.
Oh my God, I can't even wrap my head around it, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's different strokes, you know, it's wild. Yeah. And so the fact that you can get, like, you're in the, I said that you were the 253rd largest YouTuber, but getting not only over 1 million views per video, but getting, let's just say, besides that, just disgusting dud, dude. That's embarrassing for you, 1.7. But
it is.
Let's say 3 to 10, and then maybe you have one that just goes crazy, right? Yeah. But let's say 3 to 10 is your sweet spot, like averaging. Bro, you're the top of the top in the YouTube world. That's crazy numbers. I don't know if you've ever wrapped your head around that, because besides maybe a Mr. Beast who gets 30 to 40 million views a video, no one's doing that.
Yeah.
No one is getting the numbers that you're getting. Maybe you get, I think David Dobrik, maybe his peak was getting like 1 million views a video. And you can get that million, I consider this top tier, but you're in like another category, because not only hitting 1 million's crazy number, but getting above 1 million on every upload is mind-boggling.
Yeah. It's funny because I feel like I'm like at the bottom still.
Well, so this is a good point, is because as you evolve, right, as you grow, I think you raise the bar kind of, and you have higher expectations for themselves. I went through a point recently, and maybe you can relate to it on a different level, but I went through a point recently where I was, we look at analytics on YouTube. You look at the YouTube Creator Studio. After the first 30 minutes, it shows the out of 10, right? Yeah. And it changes your mood for the day depending on what it is.
Yeah, yesterday, yeah. With that police video, it was a 10 out of 10. YouTube took it down for a couple hours.
Right.
And then they restricted all my ads on it. And I was like, dude, this was 2 months of work. I think we spent like 75 grand on this video. And like, it was hard, like it killed my whole day.
Right. No, and it does really affect your mood. But when you're at a certain point, so right now, like let's say my video doesn't do as performs as well. But if you ever kind of took a step back and looked at where you were, I want to say where you were 6 years ago, but you were still crushing numbers then. Yeah. But let's say your goal back in the day was like, I can't wait till I hit 500,000 views per video. And you started averaging 300 to 500,000, then all of a sudden you broke 500 and you were ecstatic, over the moon, right? And then you kind of keep raising the expectation for each video. Now I'm averaging 750. If a video does 500, I hate myself. Now it's like, now I'm hitting that million. If a video ever does under 1 million, I think I'm like the worst YouTuber ever. And do you think that you're always going to be raising this expectation for yourself? And do you think it's detrimental to your kind of like mental health? Because like almost I like to think that I was happier back then getting lower views because it was mind blowing to me. Now you're expecting these crazy numbers every single time. And if it doesn't do 7 times what it did 4 years ago for you, you're like, I'm just going to go back to bed.
Yeah. No, I get that. I think I'm like never satisfied.
Would you say you're proud but never satisfied?
Yes.
You should put that on a t-shirt or a gym or something. Trademark that quick.
Yeah, that is the correct term. But I think the problem is if I ever get to a point, and I've done this before in my career, if I get to the point where I am happy with my views, then you get comfortable. And when people get comfortable, they lose. They completely fall off.
Right.
If I ever get comfortable and I sit down and I say, oh man, like
I can coast.
Every video I upload is getting 3 million views.
Cocky about it almost.
Things are doing so well. The team's great. My editors are great. Videographers are great. Like things are going great, and things are going great. But if I ever sit down and think that, like 3 months from now, everything's going to be flat on the ground.
Right.
In my opinion. And like, I think it's the truth about like a lot of things in life. If you get comfortable, even in a relationship,
right?
Like if you get comfortable in a relationship, like things are most likely going to hit the fan.
Yeah, because you kind of get complacent where you are.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of the same thing with YouTube. I think it's the same thing with your business, with your life, relationships, same thing with the gym. If you get comfortable in the gym, like you really think you're going to keep growing and keep getting bigger, and so that's kind of the way I look at it. And it's just, proud but never satisfied, I think is the perfect way to put it.
I really like that saying, man. Yeah. That's amazing. And so with that, do you feel the kind of pressure to always one up your last video? Not in terms of the quality or the production value of it, because this recent one, you had helicopters, policemen, boats. Yeah. At the end, I don't know if you jumped off that boat at the end to be continued. I don't know. You left me on a cliffhanger.
To be continued. We're going to continue it in Mexico.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
So, okay. So, but do you feel the pressure to always, like, you put out this crazy video and you're like, now what the hell do I do?
I do, definitely. But I don't think, like with YouTube, it's not about how much money you could spend. It's
Correct.
not about, how much money you put into this video or whatnot. I think it just comes down to the idea. If you look at all of my most viewed videos, and same goes for Mr. Beast, for any type of creator, if you look at their most viewed videos, their most viewed videos are usually big ideas, right? They're very creative ideas, but they're actually some of the least expensive ideas. So I think at the end of the day, it's just about a good idea. If I have a really, really good idea, I think I can hit, 40 or 50 million views on that video without spending hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Sometimes it's the, not going to say the less effort, but sometimes it's the stuff you don't think too much about that performs the best.
Yeah.
It's like on a TikTok. You'll think a lot about some crazy TikTok. It is a dud.
Yeah.
I do that a lot with my TikToks. And then the other day, I have a 7-second video of me grabbing a bunch of mints out of a bowl and asking if they're free. 2 million views. And it's like,
Exactly.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's wild. So if you're like kind of one-upping every video, like, do you ever feel like, do you have a team that helps you create ideas, or are you only think of yourself, or like only thinking of them by yourself? Because, for example, just to give you guys a concept of the content that you've done, you've already you filled your house with slime. You filled your house with playground balls. You filled your house with snow and brought penguins in.
That was expensive.
Do you know how much our Antarctic penguins are, man?
So it's actually funny. Those penguins are from like a famous commercial, like an AC commercial. And they've been in like a bunch of movies and stuff.
Why did you need those penguins? I feel like
well, because you can't just contact a zoo and
you can't go to rentpenguins.com.
No, it's not a thing. Unfortunately, So those penguins actually had to be flown in from California.
That's where penguins live, of course, California.
Yes. Yeah,
right?
that makes sense. But they were from LA. They were very famous penguins on a bunch of film sets.
LA penguins. They're the worst bougie penguins.
But it's like some of this stuff, like people don't realize like how much work goes into some of these things. Like those penguins were $15,000.
What?
To get
how much money do you think those penguins made?
Not enough.
You get 3 sardines today.
They bit us. They
bit you?
They shat everywhere.
There was poop everywhere.
Yes, and it's all green.
There was green poop all over your house.
All over. We built a giant slide inside, all over the slide. My point is a lot of people don't realize like how much goes into some of the smallest things in these videos.
Well, someone like my I feel like when I look at your video, the first thing that I think, I'm like, this probably costs a lot of money. Like this, it's not just a thing you throw together. Yeah. You made an entire video where you did Mario Kart around your house, and you had to paved certain areas of your driveway.
Yeah, we made an entire go-kart track.
Right.
Yeah.
And so each of these videos, are you thinking these up? Or are you do you have a booklet of ideas of, all right, I've filled my house with everything possible. Now, okay, what can I do on top of my house? What can I dig down? Like how do you think up these ideas?
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to me just being a super creative person. I can come up with really good ideas really easily. I think that's been something I've built and got really good at over my career. But I also do, we have a big team of 30 people, about 30-ish people now, that help think of ideas, plan the videos, film, edit, everything. I kind of come in and I just oversee everything and just kind of put my 2 cents in on the ideas and the creative and stuff like that. But in terms of the ideas, ideas flow to me really easily, but I think it's because I've been doing it for so long and I know exactly what people want to see. And I think I've just developed the understanding for that. Mm-hmm. And it just comes to me so easily.
And now, so the content that you make is with your Minecraft videos and these ones, they are geared towards the younger audience, the younger demographic. What's the age of your typical viewer?
Yeah, so for the Minecraft stuff, I would say like anyone under like 12 or 13. I think for the vlog stuff, it's definitely a lot older. Like I get recognized pretty often, like Subway, Home Depot, like a lot of places that like people work there recognize me and they'll be like, oh, I actually like watch your vlogs. I love them. But with Minecraft, it was never like that. Like it's all just kids, you know? So I'd only get recognized by kids. But ever since I expanded into vlogs, it's a much older audience.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, Minecraft, anyone under like 12, 13, 14. And then for vlogs, like I even have like moms and dads that watch me.
Really?
And like actually enjoy it. So I think like the vlogs are just kind of all ages.
On the younger demographic, you're my nephew's favorite YouTuber besides me, I hope, you know. But so I don't, a little story for you guys is I messaged Nathan because my sister was like, hey, Asher, who, you know, that's his name. It was like, it's Unspeakable is his favorite YouTuber. If you could get him just saying like Merry Christmas as a like little video, he would lose his mind. He's 4 or 5, by the way. He's 5 now. I think it was 4 when he did that video. And you send the video, and then my sister sent a reaction, which I never showed you, but he is just like screaming, and he was just in such awe, like an excitement. And like, so like the fact that you can have a demographic from someone who just learned how to walk recently to, you know, someone who's a lot older than your age. And I feel like with the content that you make of filling your house, you know, with all this crazy stuff and doing all this kind of over the top stuff, do you feel like you're ever kind of like maybe pigeonholing yourself in the younger stuff and you want to expand? Because as you get older, it's just going to be inevitable that your interests change. Mm-hmm. Like, do you consume content like the content that you create? Or do you like, I don't watch anyone else doing similar content to me?
Yeah, I really like, it's kind of crazy. I don't watch YouTube like at all. The only thing I watch on YouTube is like either podcasts like this or business development, you know, kind of stuff like that. I don't really watch like any other YouTubers. But to your point, yes, I think that's what we're trying to do with the vlogs is we're trying to make it so anyone can watch. Like the police video that I just uploaded. Like I want older people to watch that.
I feel like as you get older and now you say, I don't consume the content. Maybe you used to watch tons of Minecraft, make Minecraft videos. Mm-hmm. You get a bunch of ideas of kind of over the top crazy stuff and you're like, oh, I can put my spin on that, or I can do that 10 times better than that person. Watch me, kind of thing. Yeah. But as you get older, you know, you say, I really enjoy business, you know, entrepreneurship type of ventures, content, expanding your mind on kind of like a maybe financial side. And are you worried, or do you ever think that at some point you're gonna be like, I now am forcing myself to create this over the top content, but I hate making it. But I'm like everyone's just dance, monkey dance, you know, like keep making these videos, but you don't want to do that anymore. You're like, I'd rather show you guys a new real estate investment property, but you're like, that's going to be only a 1.5 million view. It can't do that.
Yeah. That's a good point. I think if I ever got to that point, I would pivot. I would change. I would stop uploading. I would adjust. Because at the end of the day, I think my passion and happiness tied to what I do is like the most important thing. Like the second I lose the happiness and I lose the passion and I lose that drive to just like make a good video, I think is the second I just stop.
And people can probably see that in your content. They're like,
exactly.
He doesn't like doing this anymore.
100%.
And I feel like, again, people are so tied with you now because it's not just like the one-off video does really well. They all do really well. So people are coming back for you. Mm. If I uploaded a video titled, I turned my house into a Mario Kart go-kart track, it would be.
It might get 1 million views.
It would not.
It might.
I've never tested the idea. I've never done any of these challenges or anything. I'll incorporate challengey stuff into my videos, but I've never ever tried doing a video like that.
I think you should though.
I don't think my audience. I guess that's the thing. It's like I think my audience only wants this one thing from me, and they want to see my daily life, but in this really wacky, dumb stuff I say.
But I think, in my opinion, I think that's limiting your growth, because if you're uploading a video about you, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't watched like a ton of your videos, so I don't really.
I wouldn't watch my videos.
I haven't watched like a ton of them. I mean, I skimmed through your channel, but in my opinion, your videos are made for people that watch your videos.
That's exactly what I tell people is I make content for people who already watch my content.
But that limits your growth.
I understand. Yeah.
Because, you know, people that watch Max are only going to click on Max because they know Max.
Yeah.
You know, and other people, when they see that video in suggested in the sidebar or on their homepage, they're not going to click it because they don't know you.
And if that's what I say, if people come into my content, if you had never heard of me before and you see a thumbnail, whatever, you decide like, I'm gonna click on this random video, you wouldn't have any idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Because it's just picking up from the last video, and like you have to understand my entire life to get it. And
Yeah.
I guess my thought is I'm so terrified of, I already worry about a low view video in my vlogs where I'm essentially doing the same thing each day, but I'm just kind of documenting my life, right?
Yeah.
And I've never, I'm too scared to try doing kind of, I'm not going to fill my house with anything.
Yeah.
But, and I don't even know the content I would make, because I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to try to be an Unspeakable and fly LA penguins, like that's not what I want to do.
Yeah. I don't think you have to do that. I think you kind of make your content like gym related, right? Gym lifestyle related. And I think you can still put those things together and still make like a banger video. Like, you have Alpha Land next door.
Yeah.
Right. Or not next door. We're in it, I guess. But, you could do a video where you go up to random people in the gym, or get a bunch of your friends, I guess, that lift. And hey, for every pound that you can bench press, I'll give you $1. Or every pound that you can deadlift, I'll give you $1. Or like, there's this other YouTuber that I've saw in the fitness industry that's recently blowing up. He's
Jesse
doing
James West.
What?
Are you going to say Jesse James West?
No, I don't remember what his name. I think it starts with a B. I'll have to look him up. But he did this video where he's like working out for 24 hours straight.
Oh.
I think it has like 2 million views, and it was uploaded like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but that's going to go down obviously this person's not working out for 24 hours straight.
Probably not. But like, I think the point is like, I think people that follow you would love to see stuff like that. I think like if you did something like, for every pound you can deadlift, I'll give you $1, and you just go up to people in the gym.
I guess, I guess what my thought process is that if I do this one-off content, I'm no longer showing people my life and my evolution with my businesses. I'm just creating a single off piece of content that has nothing to do with, I guess, me as a person. It's more of just this dance monkey fun entertainment thing, and it doesn't have any tie to me.
Yeah. I think you can do both, right? Yeah. Like, I think you could structure the video to where in the beginning of the video, you draw their attention by doing that. Hey, for every pound you deadlift, I'm going to give you $1. And then the rest of the video could be about sour strips or your day or whatever. Or that whole video can be about the deadlift thing. And then the next video can be about your business. And those videos about the deadlifting and about the challenges can act as extreme growth, because those are videos that over time are going to get a lot of views and a lot of attention. Oz,
as you're editing this video, just know that my entire YouTube channel is changing as of this moment, and I'm no longer making the content that I've always made, and we're doing some new stuff.
But I really think you would see a huge explosion in growth.
I think I'm to the point with my YouTube channel that I've accepted kind of maybe dips here and there, and I think now I might as well just be like, what the fuck? Like, why not?
Yeah.
Try it out.
Do it.
I'm going to do it, dude.
Do it next week. Let me know how it goes.
Ooh, man, that's scary.
We're gonna get Max to a million subs by the end of this year.
I've been in the upper 300s for the past like 2 years. I make content for people who already watch my content. That's a problem. And what's interesting is the growth is, as you've expanded your ability to make videos, and it costs so much money, but you're bringing in a lot of money for this, and so the risk to reward of investing $12,000 for penguins, $15,000 for penguins is fine, because you kind of know the return you're going to get on that video, or you're comfortable enough with risking the money because you know of the return.
Definitely. Yeah. I know my numbers like really, really well. So I know what we can spend and what we can't. I also know that there's a lot of videos that we make that I know are never going to make a profit. And I think those videos kind of build like my IP. They build the brand, they build the infrastructure of Unspeakable.
Right.
And they give just so much value to the audience of people being like, wow, he actually did that. And people are going to remember that. And I think that's more important than how much money I made on that video, And
because you don't really talk about the financial side of your life. Because Nathan pulled up today, which I didn't know you had. Nathan pulled up today in a Ferrari.
Yes.
What Ferrari is that?
That is a GTC Ford Lusso. So it's
I don't even know what that is. It sounds expensive.
It's a V12 4-seater.
Is it faster than a Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT?
I don't know, actually. And it's not that fast.
And so
It's actually one of my slowest cars.
tell me about your cars.
Legit, yeah. Well, first off, I'm a big car guy, and before I go into this, I don't want people to think that I'm bragging. I also want people to understand that like less than 5% of the money I make, I spend on my lifestyle. You know, so I think that's like and it took me like so long to build up to this, and I'm also a big believer in rewarding yourself.
Now remember what he said.
You know,
he spends less than 5% on these crazy things. So when he says all these crazy things, just know that's 5%.
Yeah. Well, of my life. I mean, like,
Right.
I don't consider the penguins like a part of my life.
Well, no, correct.
You know?
but I'm saying like if you're spending only 5% on these cars and this fun stuff because you love it, and you've worked hard and you deserve it, and you should get these things.
Yeah.
Well, it just shows your success.
Yeah. I mean, what's the point of working hard if you're not going to have a little fun?
Right.
But at the same time, you got to reinvest a lot of that capital. That's why 95% of all the money I make goes right back into my business.
Yeah, you have to.
You know?
So okay, I want to talk about the cars. So you have this Ferrari that I've never heard of in my entire life. What else do you have?
So I have the Ferrari. I have a McLaren 720S. I have a Porsche GT2 RS.
Now, just to interject, that's how I know you is because you're friends with Joe, who's a big Porsche guy. Joe has the GT3 RS, and in most worlds, the higher the number, the better. Not in Porsche's case.
No.
The GT2 RS.
It's a monster.
Monster. And you have the WISEC.
Yeah. It's like the WISEC package or however
How much does that Porsche run?
So I bought that one for $400.
Is that your most expensive car?
It is right now.
Oh, what's coming?
Yeah,
What
it
are
is
you
right
getting?
now. I'm at the end of this year. I'm probably gonna get a Senna.
What is that,
That's
man?
it's McLaren Senna.
I don't even know what. Oh,
So
that's what
that's-
Joe named his dog after.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you have this.
He stole my dog name. By the way.
Really?
We actually we both have Dobermans, and before he got his dog, I was like, I'm gonna name my dog Senna because I really want a Senna and I love the car and I love the story behind it and I love the race car driver and everything. And then he named his dog that. And I'm like, dude.
I'll bring this up next time I talk to him.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so for the Ferrari, you have the McLaren, the Porsche GT2 RS, and
And then the G-Wagon, and then
wait, not just the G-Wagon. What kind of G-Wagon?
it's a G63. It's pretty cool. We did like a 4x4 lift on it, but it's a new 2020. And we did like a full Brabus conversion and everything. We're actually in the middle of putting tank tracks on it. So that's pretty cool. That's for a video. But and then I usually daily drive a Raptor.
Okay.
That's kind of like my go-to like every day.
And so the new McLaren you're getting, how much is that?
That one is, it depends on the spec. Ranges anywhere from probably 1.1 to 1.5.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. That's like my end of year present. Yeah.
You're going to spend $1 million on a car?
Yeah.
That's 5%. That's his fun money. That's amazing, man.
That's the goal.
Holy crap.
But I'm only going to buy that car if I hit all of my goals for this year. Doesn't matter how much money I make. Like if I get, because I know I'm going to get within that 5%, but I have to hit all my goals.
Yeah.
I set a lot of goals for myself, and if I don't hit them, not getting the car. It's not happening.
And what watch do you have on your wrist right now? Show the camera this watch.
This is a RM.
Richard Mille.
Yes, yeah.
I only know that because the rappers talk about it.
Yeah, they do. They do.
How much does the watch like that run?
This is this.
Don't tell me that watch is over. I'm gonna guess.
All right, go for it.
Is that watch over? It's in the tens of thousands.
Yeah, well, go ahead. Just give your guess. Give your guess.
Is that a $50,000 watch?
And more than that.
Get out, dude. Get out of this interview. Go home.
I'm sorry.
Is that a $100,000 watch?
160.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Let me see that. Oh yeah. Let me take it out. Oh yeah.
Just don't drop it.
Yeah, dude. Here, you can have my
I almost dropped it.
pathetic $7,000 Cartier.
Oh, this is nice.
Richard, this was the first time the only time in my life I'll have a Richard Mille on my wrist.
It looks like a giant screw. What is this?
It's a juste un clou, which is just a nail in French. It's a nail.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, literally just a nail.
that would make sense.
Richard Mille. This is awesome. Like,
Yeah, I'm a big watch and car guy. Love watches, love cars.
and dude, it goes to show that this is why I think a lot of people perceive YouTubers as, you better figure out what you're going to do after that dies out. But I don't think people understand the amount of income and sustainability and I guess safety you can create financially in the time that you're popping off. So instead of being so concerned about when it's ending, why not? I'm going to capitalize while it's popping. And if I also am smart about the content that I'm creating, I think this can really, set me up for life.
Yeah. I mean, also like a lot of the things that I've bought, expensive things that I've bought, I could sell for right now for more money than what I paid for it.
Absolutely.
So like this watch is like actually an investment. Like I could sell it for about 5% more.
It's only an investment if you ever plan on selling it.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's not like I spent 150, 160 on this and I'm just never going to get the money back. Like I can always get rid of it. Same with the cars. Like I've made a 10% return on 2 Lambos that I've owned.
Do you own all of your cars outright?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I don't really finance anything. The only thing I finance is like real estate.
Are you gonna finance that new McLaren?
No. I will not
Why
finance.
am I even making a candy company, dude? I just need to fill my house with slime.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
I will not finance anything because if I have to finance something, you probably shouldn't get it in my eyes.
I'm going to return everything now.
Obviously, there's people in different scenarios, right?
No, I agree with what you're saying. And a lot of people have said if you can't, or if you could finance it because of the, why spend the money now if you have it. But maybe if you couldn't outright buy it maybe 2 to 3 times, have that much maybe cash, then
I do like 10 to 20 times.
10 to fucking
like if I can't, like that's just look, everyone's different.
Yeah.
But I like to try to live. My goal one day is to live on 1% of my income. Right now I'm living on about 5 to 7%, which I'm very comfortable with.
Yeah.
And, but the point is like everything that I make goes back into the business. Like people have to understand. And you can see that
because what's the most expensive video that you've ever produced? Like the cost wise of everything into it and production team, sets, the products that you have to maybe buy.
I think the most expensive video we've ever done is actually one of our worst performing videos.
That's how it always ends up.
Yeah. We played hide and seek in the Reliant Stadium. That video was really expensive. It was over 6 figures to get the stadium, get all the YouTubers. We had a big cash prize. It took months to edit this video because I think it was like, 80 hours of footage because there's so many different cameras. It took like 12 hours to film the video. So that was definitely our most expensive video and actually our worst performing video, which is,
So what did you spend on it? And then what do you think you made on it?
I think we spent probably a little over $100,000. I want to say probably like 110 grand. And I think the video made like 20 grand.
Well, and was your budget, were you on budget? We're like, I know I'm gonna spend 100,000 on this, or did you think it was gonna be 50?
Yeah, no, I knew I was gonna spend 100 on it. Like that was expected. And there's a lot of videos that come up like that. And like I said, like I know most of those videos, I'm not going to make my money back on those, like no matter what. But the value that I give to the audience is way more worth than whatever that money can be bought.
And it has a compounding.
That can't be bought.
Yeah, it has a compounding effect of this video. It made it financially may not brought me so much, but it's going to bring in the audience. It's going to keep them hooked for the next video and the next video. How much would you say you spend on your average vlog?
Average vlog, probably not including like payroll and employees and everything like that. Probably around 10 grand, like 7 to 10 grand.
And I notice a lot of your friends are always in your videos. Mm-hmm. Are they employees of yours as well? Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up, so James and Gabe are the people that are in like all my videos. I grew up with them, went to high school with them. And they started working with me probably like 4 years ago.
Right.
I don't remember the exact date, but I just wanted to include them.
It's like if I'm going to make it, I want my friends to make it with me. Like,
yeah, definitely. And it's awesome because I'm building this huge brand, but at the same time, I'm impacting so many people that watch the videos, but I'm also impacting so many people that work close to me.
You're changing lives everywhere.
I'm giving them salaries. I'm giving them jobs. Like people that work for me, I've bought houses. I think that's just that's just such an amazing feeling for me.
Absolutely.
And I want to keep that going. Like I want every single one of my employees to one day live in $1 million house. That's one of my end goals. Every single person that works for me. And that to me is just like one of the most important things.
I love what your answer to all this, man, because, I knew you were doing extremely well for yourself just from kind of seeing where I'm at on, let's just say just YouTube, social media world itself, but like see where financially where I'm at, and then looking at just the numbers that you do, I knew, but like your answers to everything are just, you're very humble about it. And like, I appreciate that. It's not, I've compared maybe someone that's maybe at your level, social media wise, and you see a lot of like flaunting and pompous types of, look at this mansion that I'm living in type of stuff. People that were in, I guess, LA, there's a lot of the people who were making a lot of money and they were like letting you know how much money they're making. Yeah. Whereas I think that your is, I have a lot of nice stuff. I really like nice stuff, cars. I want to live in a nice house. I want to go on nice trips. But I think that your success financially is just shown by, I'm just continuing to do my thing and I'm deciding what I want to spend my money on,
Yeah, definitely. I think I also I compare myself to really, really big people. And, I compare myself to like Elon Musk, which is not really a good comparison. He makes me look like dirt,
right?
But the point is whoever I'm trying to be is always going to be 10 or 15 years ahead of me. Mm-hmm. And I'll never reach that person, but it's something that I always look forward to. Like my goals are so big. They're so ridiculous. They're so insane.
What's your biggest goal?
My biggest goal,
to buy the moon.
I would say probably my biggest goal right now. I'm actually in the middle of changing all my goals, which is funny because
they weren't big enough.
No, it's all of my goals right now are really like follower based. Mm-hmm. Like one of my goals is like I want to hit 100 million subscribers. But
so I guess outside of,
but in my opinion, I think that's a terrible goal because if you just look at that and say like, how does that get you anywhere?
Right.
Instead, I'm changing a goal that says I want to get 100 million followers to I want to be the most impactful YouTuber on the platform or something like that, something different. So I'm actually in the middle. This is something I've been doing for the past couple months, but I'm changing all of my goals. Another goal I had was like, I want to make $500 million. That's a stupid goal. Like if I just think about that, I'm never going to get there.
Right.
Like I need to change the goal to, okay, I need to launch a company like Sour Strips or something that people can reorder and that can grow and build like an IP outside of what I am to get $500 million. Like forget the money. It's not about that. But I think at the same time, it's really just, it's about the people you impact along the way.
Right.
Because I think that's how some of the most powerful brands today are created. Like,
absolutely, man.
That's what Starbucks thrives off of. Like they put the coffee second, they put the people first. So that's kind of like, and I've learned like so much in the past couple of years that I'm just like adapting and improving every single year, just like in the beginning of YouTube. When every single video I posted, I adapted and improved. And like, am I doing everything right now? Like, absolutely not. Like, I know nothing. I feel like an ant. But as long as I'm improving and just, I'm never comfortable, then I think I'm on the track to go somewhere.
Well, man, your story is, it's not that I expected to be really impressed by kind of telling me everything about you, because I knew I would, because I see kind of persona. But I think people look at you online and they don't see this same Nathan of very level-headed, business savvy, goal focused. Not that maybe they don't assume that, but if you're like, hey guys, today we're gonna get, we're gonna get all those penguins, and we're gonna, they're gonna poop in my house, and like we're doing all this crazy stuff, and we're gonna drive the go-karts around. But they don't probably hear about like, hey, I got some big real estate investments that I'm trying to do and build out, generational wealth for my family and friends for, the rest of their lives, their kids' lives, everything like that. I think that people seeing this side of you is probably super inspiring to a lot of people. It's inspiring to me, man, because I've gotten so complacent in my content, not so much of I can upload any video and it's going to hit this kind of minimum. So like whatever I film, people like me so much that I can make a sandwich and I can upload that. And I think something that I've done has been complacent in my content creation because I have this kind of formula. I know I got to put a couple funny jokes in there, little movie quotes, have my dog, show some food, show a little bit of fitness, and just rinse and repeat and kind of skin the cat differently each day.
Yeah.
And you kind of really telling me to push myself, to push that content. I guess I've I joked about being in that upper 300s. I've just accepted that's where I'm going to live. And you're like, no, like you shouldn't do that. Like make content to push yourself.
Exactly. I mean, like if you accept that, like you're always going to stay there. You're never going to grow.
Yeah.
So I think like you just got to keep pushing.
I guess right now,
but I think you also got to figure out what motivates you and what makes you want to push. And I think you got to find that deeper meaning of like, okay, like why am I trying to be a big YouTuber? Like, am I trying to impact people? And am I trying to change people's lives? Like one big thing that motivates me is the fact that kids in hospitals get super excited.
Right.
To watch me, or kids that come home from a very bad day at school and they are just extremely depressed. They have no friends. They have nothing, and they watch me, and that's like their light in their day. And like, so like if once you find like stuff like that, and you kind of like attach like, okay, I have to do good, and I have to keep improving for those people.
I really resonate a lot with that, man.
It puts such a deep meaning to what I'm doing. Like a lot of people just look at my content and they're like, okay, this dude's just spending a lot of money and like, that's it. And like
just
to some people, yeah, I am. But like to other people, I think it's a lot different. And I think once you find that purpose within your content, I think it will always drive you to improve.
I guess I've just been so complacent at where I'm at what people have always asked me is, what brings you the most enjoyment? And for me, it's entertaining people. I love the fact that, similar to you, maybe my audience is a little bit older, but that I love the fact that I can be, if someone has a bad day, they turn on my videos, they can laugh at my dumb jokes for 15 minutes every couple of days, and if I can inspire people because of showing my growth from being where I was when I started my YouTube channel to now, I love that. And my biggest thing is just making people laugh. I love it. Like I love putting a smile on people's faces. And when I meet people at expos and events, they're like, Max, you're like, you've made me such a happy person. And like, I love that. And I think I've gotten complacent with just accepting where I'm at and being like, I can only impact the people that I have. I don't like, there's no way I can grow more to impact more people, to make more people laugh, smile, be entertained on a regular basis. And that's what I love doing. But I've gotten so deep into the business side of things. And it's not because I love doing the business stuff so much. Like I really do, but it's because I'm like, I can't do anything more on my social media. I can't push that anymore. So I guess I just need to sit behind the desk for most of my day instead of hiring people to do all those tasks and me do content creation as a true full-time passion. Yeah. Yeah. And I think like you just have to get creative with your content. I think you got to break out of that barrier of like, I'm kind of stuck here and this is what I do. This is what I'm comfortable with. I think you got to like people want to see more of the business too. Yeah. Like imagine if you uploaded a video, like, I mean, I don't know how much you spend on candy, but like if you uploaded a video, like I spent $100,000 last week on candy. Way more than that. And probably way more than that. But like just that title. Yeah. Like think about how much more people that appeals to, but it still brings in a lot of business people, right? Yeah. And the same thing with like the deadlifting thing I was saying, like if you went into the gym and you're like, for every pound you can deadlift, I'll give you $1. Like that opens to a lot more people that want to see kind of like a challenge. I agree. It's going to bring in a bigger audience for you. And it's going to do a lot better than a video that like you titled, I don't know what your titles are, but like today was it dumb to spend $7,000 on this? Yeah. I mean, like that's not a bad title. It's a deep 10 out of 10 right now. But it's not a bad title, but like it's not going to attract new people. Titles and thumbnails are the most stressful part of, I think, about making YouTube videos. 100% agree with that. Because it's not that it doesn't matter what the content is, but in some respect, it doesn't matter what the content is. It just matters, can you convince them to click on the video? Yes, there is a serious science, algorithm, and theory behind titles and thumbnails. And even big brands like Netflix are adapting to different titles and thumbnails because they're realizing that like
different pictures, different colors, different titles are, a lot more people are clicking on certain things, even on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big deal when a, $50 billion or $100 billion company is realizing
Well,
that.
it's true. If a movie poster comes up and you've never heard of the movie, does the poster attract you enough to want to click to read about what the movie's about? Yeah. And then did what they type on the context make you want to watch the video? There's a lot to it. And I think you've mastered it. And I think what's amazing about you, and hopefully a lot of people can learn from you, is that you aren't just, I know how to make shock content value, I just keep doing that. You truly are, I want to go above and beyond on every video, and I want to truly push the limits, because I think that the amount of people, you reaching 3 to 10 million people on each video, and the fact that you're like, I can reach a lot more, blows my mind.
Yeah.
And I think this was an amazing episode, man. I learned so much about you. You really inspired me on not only, your success is one thing, just on a business to business kind of like financial thing. It's really impressive, right?
Yeah.
Money isn't something that is my number one motivator, but money is a representation of what you've built.
If you're ever motivated by money, you will fail.
Right. And it's just, but you seeing that, like, you have this passion for something of content creation and you truly went after that. And a byproduct of that is the success, which is cool that it comes along with it. It's great that it comes along with it. Yeah. But you really motivated me to get out of my shell and create different content. And I want to do this kind of stuff, and we'll see how it goes. But I want to wrap this up. With every interview that I have so far, all 3 of them, I have a lot of topics and questions that I wanted to get to. I think there's a lot more in depth about the way people perceive YouTubers, the way, kind of like into your mental state with content creation, how you think each day. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't get to get to. So I think it's one of those ones that, we got to get you back at some point.
Bring me on again.
Part 2, man.
Dude, this is awesome. I love talking to people. I love sharing and just giving people that are watching this and you value. I think that's really, really exciting to me. So I would, hopefully people enjoy this episode.
Absolutely. And what's great, like I said, and I hope you didn't take it in terms of a disrespect thing, but I truly think you're one of the largest YouTubers that people have never heard of.
Yeah.
Because at least when I say that, I'm talking to my audience of, I've been on this platform for 10 years and I think I know everything about YouTube. And until Joe showed me your channel, I was like, who? How is this man flown under the radar for me? And I'm like, it's just wild that there's these other sectors of YouTube that are just, in their own category.
Oh, yeah. And dude, have you ever heard of Coco Melon?
Is that a fruit?
No, it's a YouTube channel.
No.
Well, they're on Netflix now. So this channel does, I can kind of calculate how much they make, but they do about 1 billion views a month. And my guess is just on YouTube, they probably make around 10 million a month.
Get the fuck.
But all it is nursery rhymes. Right?
Okay. It's because they put it on and just repeat and repeat and repeat.
Yeah. But there is so much to YouTube other than just me and you. And YouTube is massive. The amount of people and influencers and different categories of content and ASMR and, mukbangs of people eating things. There is so much.
Yeah.
And there's so much that, I find new YouTubers every week and I'm like, how have I not heard of this guy? This dude has 30 million subscribers and I've never seen him.
It's crazy, man. And one last little thing I want to touch on, kind of in relation to money. You mentioned about this melon person making 10 million a month. Just to give people an idea of just making YouTube videos, how, I guess, financially successful you can be from just making content, so you can get an idea. Is for someone like myself who averages 800 to a million, 1.1 million views a month. They've kind of dipped a little bit recently, but just AdSense, I'm like $7,000 to $12,000 a month. Okay, and that doesn't include multiple sponsorship deals, contracts with a lot of companies. The number's a lot higher for each month. But just on YouTube, let's call it $9K a month on YouTube. Can you give a range of just AdSense of what you maybe make a month?
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place right now because we've signed a lot of really big deals.
No, I'm just talking about just AdSense.
Yeah.
How about are you comfortable saying a number, or can I just say a number and you say
yeah,
if it's over it?
Last year, I mean, I'll tell you what I made last year.
Okay.
It was 28 million.
On AdSense?
On everything. That was YouTube, merch, brand deals.
You made $28 million?
Yes, last year. And that's on.
Give me a high five, dude.
That's like verified too. That's on Forbes and everything.
Why would you lie? This man's buying $1 million McLaren. That's a $160,000 watch. Why would you think he's fronting? They're like, dude, that guy's making YouTube videos, dude. That's nuts. It's crazy, man. And
yeah,
people
and
still
that's just also. I just want to point out that's just the YouTube side. That doesn't include investments or real estate or anything else I do. That's just YouTube content related stuff.
You're crushing it, bro.
Yeah, and sometimes I feel like kind of like a dick, like when I say that.
No,
like,
I think it's
I impact like a lot of people, right? And I feel like I change a lot of lives.
Absolutely.
At least the people that I meet. But at the same time, I always want to give more and more and more, and so, and that's one of the things I've been working on too. I've been trying to set goals of like, how can I give more? Mm-hmm. How can I donate more? How can I, start charities? How can I help people more? That's one of my goals. Cause I think at the end of the day, like my entire existence is just about how many people can I impact and help. It really doesn't matter about how much money I make or the watch I'm wearing or the private jet I flew on last week. Like none of that really matters.
Threw that in there.
No, but I'm
Where
just
did you
saying,
go on a private jet?
It was LA Kids Choice Awards. But none of that matters. And I think most people watching this might be like, okay, you flew on a private jet, but you can't give all that money to Africa or whatever.
I think people don't see all probably the good that you do. And and I think a lot of times you need to build yourself and your empire up first. So then you have the ability to give back, to help.
Because the bigger, and this also, me saying this kind of makes me sound like a dick too, but like the bigger I am and the more money I make, the more people I can change and the more people I can impact.
I agree.
Like for example, Bill Gates. Bill Gates with his, charity and his foundation has impacted millions of people. Tony Robbins is on a mission to feed 1 billion people this year, right? But if Tony Robbins did not have billions of dollars, that would have never happened. Realistically,
I like to look at it as like just a chain effect of even just the people. How many people do you employ?
Right now, I would say like in Houston, like probably a little over 30.
So there's 30 people that their lives have changed because you decided to make YouTube content.
Yes,
and those numbers are only going to grow. Those people are only going to grow within your team, and it's amazing what you've done, man. And I think we could continue to have this conversation for a lot longer.
Bring me on episode 2. Let's
Absolutely.
go.
I think, not only just, from the Minecraft to the business side to just your humbleness with your success, man, because you're one of the most successful people that I know. And you're just,
thank you.
You're doing great things.
I don't feel like it though.
Well, that's good, man. That's good. You're proud, but never satisfied.
Yeah, exactly.
But I hope you guys enjoyed. Is there any where can they find you? Where can they find everything about you?
If you guys just Unspeakable, on Instagram and everything.
Okay, this is the super last thing.
Yeah.
What is Unspeakable? Why is that your name?
Why is that my name? That was just a name I thought of. Like, actually, me and some of my friends thought of it like in school.
Speakable was taken.
And we were just thinking of a lot of like names that would click and also that you don't hear very often. And when we thought of Unspeakable, I was like, that's a word that I don't hear very often, but it's also kind of cool because it's like unspeakable,
you're like the Voldemort of YouTube.
Exactly. So I think that was, and it just kind of clicked with me and I just ran with it,
Well, Unspeakable, Nathan, it was amazing having you on. I hope everyone make sure you go check out his multiple channels down in the description. And yeah, excited to have you back on for another episode. And other than that,
let's record the second one right now.
I know, right? Let's keep it rolling.
Let's go.
Make sure you guys, check everything out. Like the video, review. I'm new to this podcast thing. Subscribe, leave a rating on your favorite.
Turn on notifications.
I never tell my audience to do that in my YouTube.
Really?
I never tell them to subscribe.
That is why you are.
No one's subscribing because I'm not telling them to subscribe. Like, man, I've been for 6 years. I've been watching Max. Never told me to subscribe.
Grow? Wait.
I'm changing my whole life. I'm changing it after this one, but that'll be it. Don't be sour. Episode 3 coming to a close. thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you.
Did you just say tuning in?
Yeah, you like that? It's because my last name.
I like that.
See you in the next one, dude.